Today we're looking at President Calvin Coolidge. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. Also, don't forget to check out dailybellringer.com where you'll find more resources that go with many of the Bellringer videos. Calvin Coolidge was the 30th President of the United States from 1923 to 1929 and was a member of the Republican Party. His time as president was marked by a time of economic growth and prosperity known as the Roaring Twenties. Coolidge was known for his honesty, quiet personality, and belief in small government. John Calvin Coolidge Jr. was born on July 4, 1872 in Plymouth Notch, Vermont, the oldest of two children born to John Calvin Coolidge Sr. and Victoria Josephine Moore. Coolidge is the only U.S. president born on Independence Day. His father was a farmer, storekeeper, and local politician, while his mother died when Calvin was only 12 years old. His younger sister Grace died at the age of 15 when Calvin was only 18 years old. In 1891, Coolidge enrolled in Amherst College in Amherst, Massachusetts, and graduated in 1895, then went on to begin to study law. By 1898, Coolidge had been admitted to the Massachusetts State Bar and opened a law office in Northampton, Massachusetts. He was known for being careful with his words and always thinking before he spoke. His quiet and serious nature earned him the nickname Silent Cal. Soon after, in 1905, Calvin married Grace Goodhue, and together they would go on to have two sons together. In 1906, Calvin won his first major political victory, being elected to the Massachusetts State House of Representatives. A few years later, he was elected mayor of Northampton, and then in 1912 was elected to the Massachusetts State Senate. He later served as lieutenant governor, and then in 1918 was elected governor of Massachusetts. As governor, he became famous for how he handled the Boston police strike in 1919. When the police went on strike, crime spread across the city. Coolidge refused to let the officers return to work, saying, "There is no right to strike against the public safety." His firm leadership impressed many people across the country. In 1920, Coolidge was chosen as the running mate for Warren G. Harding in the presidential election. Harding won and Coolidge became vice president. During his time as vice president, he stayed out of the spotlight but was known for his honesty and calm leadership. In August of 1923, President Harding died suddenly. On August 3rd of 1923, Calvin Coolidge took the oath of office to become the 30th President of the United States. As president, Coolidge focused on reducing government spending, lowering taxes, and supporting businesses. He believed that the government should interfere as little as possible in people's lives. Under his leadership, the U.S. economy grew rapidly. Factories, businesses, and industries thrived, leading to higher wages and better living conditions for many Americans. This period became known as the Roaring Twenties because of the economic boom and cultural changes happening across the country. Coolidge also signed laws to help farmers and Native Americans. He approved the Indian Citizenship Act, which granted U.S. citizenship to all Native Americans born in the country. Coolidge was known for his simple and quiet leadership style. Unlike other presidents, he did not seek attention or give long speeches. He often used humor and few words to make his points. One famous story tells of a woman at a dinner party who told Coolidge she had bet she could get him to say more than 2 words. Coolidge simply replied, "You lose." Despite being known for his quiet demeanor, Coolidge was the first president to make a radio address to the American people in December of 1923. In 1924, Coolidge received the Republican nomination to run for president and was able to defeat Democratic challenger John Davis and Progressive Party candidate Robert La Follette. In the midst of the campaign, Coolidge's 16-year-old son, Calvin Jr., died suddenly after getting an infection from a blister on his foot. Coolidge was grief-stricken and fell into a depression. It is said that Coolidge was never the same again. Shortly before leaving office in 1927, Coolidge aided in the dedication ceremony of the beginning of the construction of Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. Although Coolidge was popular, he chose not to run for another term in 1928. After leaving office, Coolidge stayed out of politics. He wrote his autobiography and continued to support Republican policies. He lived a quiet life until his death on January 5th of 1933 at the age of 60. So with that, Hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.